Doesn't know all this. Well, I don't know. He's our drunken cousin, so it's possible. And he just now became governor, right? This is his first, like, post, so... They might have chosen him because he's an inexperienced, not questioning very much sort of guy, you know? Like, just going along with it. So, Constantine is eager to get out of, under the thumb of his, I guess you would say, relatives back on the mainland, so... He's next in line, though. Yeah. Green cousin, but he's got charisma. It's true. Watch One Piece and come back. Stay lurking. In the meantime, thank you, Lady Wolf. Lurking helps. Enjoy. Enjoy. We'll see what Constantine... Maybe Constantine does know. We'll find out here in just a second, I guess. Make way, servants. The nephew of the prince is here. Let's convince. Alright.
Cousin! You have returned. How did things go?
Oh, you don't look well. What's happened here?
Nothing. Nothing terribly bad in any case. I must have eaten something that's having trouble going through me.
Seems to me that this illness has been lingering too long. Who prepares your meals? Are they safe?
No one is poisoning me, dear cousin. We are far from court and their customs. It's nothing. Take my word for it. Now then, what do you have to tell me?
He's coming down with a plague, I bet you.
We had a talk with Lady Morange and we explored the ruins that she suggested we visit. All our findings point to one conclusion. Those ruins were originally built by the congregation.
Is he a vampire? Nothing I know.
Us? But Father never once even...
Dude, Taff.
Once again, he must have deemed me unworthy to know the secret. How he must despise me.
Constantine.
We have other more immediate matters at hand. Have you met the island governors? Did they speak of their discoveries concerning the Malachor?
No, I have not as of yet been able to carry out that mission.
I know I have put a great deal on your plate, but this mission is of the highest importance, cousin.
I'll get right to it. Have no further concerns.
Anything else?
We already asked him about his parents.
I'm going to leave now. Goodbye.
Being far from court makes you pallid and weird, so... We got the plague. See his cheeks to the black vein. Yeah, I bet he has the plague. See if we can see closer here. It doesn't really... It definitely looks more sickly, but... Doesn't quite exhibit the same signs as our mother yet. He could be in the... Excuse me, the early stages. Right. Wait, does he have something else to say? I don't think so. We already went through the... parent dialogue, yeah.
Look out for yourself.
That's just on his head because we can talk to him, I guess. He's dirty, don't get too close. Oh, at the beginning of the game, we were holding our mother's hand, who's dying of the plague, who was like hawking up plague loogies and had like black pus on her forehead that we kissed. So if we were going to get the plague, I'm pretty sure we would have already been a shoo-in getting it from our mom. Be the Ridge Alliance. So we're gonna go that way, but before we do that, let's sell some stuff. So we're gonna go by our residence and pick up all that junk in the trunk that we left. We're gonna go sell it at the blacksmith. Get dirty. Dirty. So these are gonna keep. Actually, let's see. Yeah. So we're gonna keep these in case we ever decide to respec. These we can now sell though. So we're gonna be overburdened, but that's okay. We don't have very far to walk, so I'm okay with it. I wonder if that robe is good for any of our people. Poison resist. We can find out. That's another thing that we can do. Just take all this stuff out, go through our allies' inventory. Make sure they have all the best stuff equipped. Go sell all the leftover stuff to the blacksmith, and then we can go out adventuring again. Fill up our bags and our coffers. Alright, so we are way overburdened. So we can't sprint. But luckily, the merchant's just right over here, so... We'll just have to RP run there. This is RP jogging, I suppose. You're not carrying too much weight to sprint. You are overburdened.
Oh, it's you,
It's me.
We'll make it for you. I receive beautiful things.
Oh, right. I gotta equip stuff first.
Want armor that fits you like a glove?
Understand?
We'll make it for
It's
you.
truly hard. Okay. Whoops. Yeah, there's no stamina, so you can parry as much as you want, attack as much as you want. You can run as much as you want, as long as you're not overburdened with items. So we know our weapons are good. We haven't found a new gun without... I mean, we did find a new really good gun, but we can't equip it without skills into the gun tree. So this gives us more armor, same balance. We lose some elemental poison and poison resist. Also, we lose 15% extra chance of loot. So I don't think I'm going to trade that out for 12 armor. So looks like we're good on our helm. Our neck. Only thing we really have. We're already wearing the best cloak. I mean, it's the same as the brown cloak, but that brown cloak is ugly. So... so we're using the old studded cuirass at the moment. The robe, we lose 12 armor, 5 balance, and gain a lot of poison res. Old brown brigandine. So this is the one that we need a 2 endurance to wear. I want to wear this. 24 more armor, but maybe even more important, 10% more balance. So we can parry harder hitting enemies without falling over. So definitely going to wear that. And yeah, that's absolutely the best thing for us to wear right now. Hands, I think we're still wearing the best ones. Yep. Fine if we're just using loot to buy vendor gear. Well, I mean, we have found some things. Like that coat that I'm wearing, we actually did find that one. It's kind of weird. It seems actually like we found better armors, but we've been able to buy better weapons. So it might be worth, if you're playing, to save gold for vendor weapons, but wait to find armors. All these armors we actually found. Okay, let's check her. Torso, let's see. We can give her the robe. It's going to give her a little bit more armor and poison resist, less elemental resist, and a little less balance. But it looks cool. It goes with her native flair. So we're probably going to give her that. And then it also has 3 sockets on it. So we can probably outperform this one after we get some things socketed on there. Okay, that's good. Officer's heavy gloves, more armor, more balance. Definitely going to put that on her. We need to keep her alive as much as we can. And she's already got the best boots for her. Okay. Oh, yeah, we didn't equip him with a new weapon. We weren't using him very much before. We were using someone else, but look at that. We can give a 245 11. More stun. 2 sockets. Yeah. So your skills? Yeah, sure, Sam. Let me finish at the vendor, and then I'll go through the skills. If I forget, just remind me. But after the vendor, let me know if I forget. I'll go through them. Let's see his headpiece here. Definitely giving him the old bar butt. Barbie. No neck piece for him. Let's see. So he could wear our old cuirass. That would be pretty good. The hands, he already has the best ones that we currently have available. Best boots. So we can feel free to sell all the other stuff. Colonel Sanders. 9 months. It's a chicken baby. Twitch chicken. Colonel Sanders. Thank you for the resub. 11 sandwiches to Sanders. How you doing, Sanders? It's good to see you again. Alright, I'll show the skills before we sell stuff. So, for skills, we're going full out warrior right now. We have only put points in the heavy weapon side up into fury. So we have extra damage and stun and armor damage with one-handed heavy weapons, two-handed heavy weapons. We have the extra ability of Fury, which gives us faster attack speeds, gives us a higher stun chance, and heals us and restores our armor. So the next point we get, we're going to probably put it into something to help us keep an enemy kind of where we want them or at bay. We'll probably go with some traps. I'm not 100% sure yet, but we're going to look through it more once. I would also consider going the magic healing route, because then we'd have a group heal to heal up our allies, which would be really nice. So I'm not sure yet which way we're going to go. Attributes have 3 points in strength and 2 in endurance. The strength one is giving us more armor damage, but more importantly, I think or as important, is extra stun, because we are stun locking things. And the endurance allows us to wear better gear and gives us better balance, which helps us to be able to parry stronger attacks. For talents, I maxed out charisma first because I just like doing that in these games, and it also increases the strength of our allies. And I put my last point in craftsmanship to just test it out and see what kind of stuff we can craft. Excited to see this game. Dave Colonel Standards, we're about, this is our 3rd stream of the game. So we're maybe about 15 hours in or something like that. 10 to 15 hours probably. Alright, so let's sell our excess stuff here.
Oh, it's a great pleasure to see you again at the...
Now some of this stuff I am going to put back in our box in case we ever want to try it out. Like there is respecking, but... So like the Marquis Rapier, I might keep that just so we have the ability to switch over to one-handers again if we ever want to try it out. I think by that point we'll probably have a better one. And we actually have 2 really good ones equipped on allies, so we can steal theirs if we need to. Selling all this old stuff. My convict's hammer. Okay, all these old hats, don't need those. I kind of like keeping some lock picking things. That way we can pick some low level locks. So I'm going to keep that one. It has +1 lock picking. The sailor's coat we also kind of need to keep. The reason why is the coat doubles as a disguise. So if we ever need to go somewhere that's controlled by the knots, which are the seagoing people, the sailors, we can put on this sailor coat and they won't attack us because they think we're a sailor. So I probably should keep those too, even though they're causing us to carry some weight. Blacksmith gloves, I'm gonna keep those as well. They give +1 craftsmanship, so they get us to level 2 craftsmanship, so we can create better upgrades. But all these gray items are just vendor goods. Okay, the alchemical mixes. I'm not going science route, so I'm gonna start selling these too. Potions, keep those. Okay, that's all good. Ingredients, fossilized, blah blah. Used in science. Alchemical. We'll keep all the ores. Science. I'm probably gonna regret some of this. Science. Who needs science when you have a giant hammer? Leather we'll keep. If you go to traps later on. Yeah, that's true. That's true. Too late now. How you doing, Mr. Flashcat? Welcome in. And junk we can sell. That's true. It's alright.
Want armor that fits you like a glove? We'll make it for you.
I guess we can check his upgrades really quick. Whoops. You're just right.
It's a great.
Alright, so our weapons are fully upgraded. We don't have anything in our new chest piece. So this is the crafting thing that someone was asking about earlier. So as you upgrade the different slots, it's not just like a gem slot, like a lot of games like this. It actually changes the look. And you can kind of craft it in the way that you're playing. So For instance, this one gives us armor and balance, which is awesome. And as you can see, it changed the look a little bit. So armor and balance, 12 and 24, 30 and 6. I think I like the balance route, so I'm gonna go that route. We can actually buy some pure iron ore if we need to. We have quite a bit of money, so I'm gonna go that route. And then on the shoulders, same sort of stuff on this piece, huh? Armor and balance for this blacksmith. I need to buy some of that ore. I wish you could just switch over to the buy menu, but you have to exit back out. From the crafting menu, I mean. Let's see. Ingredients, pure iron ore. You only had 4. Okay.
One armored. Oh, it's a great place.
Only had 4. Oh, we need rubies for those things. So yeah, I'm gonna go balance again. Should be able to parry really well. So for these ones, we need rubies. Let's see what the options are. Elemental resist plus 10. Plus 10. Vigor plus 1. Vigor plus 1. Science plus 1. Lockpicking. This one just needs pure iron ore and obsidian. We could do that. And I could sell that other lockpicking thing. Which one would help us the most? Kind of like the idea of the lockpicking one. Gives us a little bit more Fury Gen too, and we can heal off Fury Gen. Yeah, we could do that. Hey Darth, welcome in. How you doing, Darth? Alright, so we're gonna take the needed for thieves. It's gonna give us +1 lockpicking, so we can open basic chests with it. Basic locks. But also the Fury Gen is gonna help. Alright. We only have 1 socket here. Might as well check it out though. What are our options here? Balance again. I don't know if I want to spend that much on these gloves. We've had these for a long time. I'm afraid we're going to upgrade them before too long, and I'll have wasted this. So we can just go with a lesser, like 8 and 16. Refined iron's much easier to come by. Crude iron's even easier than that, obviously. Yeah, let's just go with the middle, the scaled. Okay. Same thing with the greaves. I feel like we're going to replace those before too long, so we'll just do a slight upgrade. Something easy to come by. Alright. We're good to go. Her weapon is not upgradable. Her robes are, though. And this is an epic piece, so I feel pretty good about spending this on her. So for her, I don't really care about balance too much. It doesn't seem like the NPCs really try to block things. Obviously, it'll help them not get stunned and whatnot. But I think just getting some really high armor for her would be great. So she also heals us, so the longer she stays alive, the better. She heals and buffs. So let's go ahead and do the reinforced protections. And the other ones, we'll put something in there. Yeah, that's fine. Some crude iron. It's easy to come by. And I'm not going to put any of this in there. She doesn't need that. Gloves. Again, she just has crappy gloves, so just throw in something cheap in there for extra armor. It's fine. Alright. Also to Kuros. His weapon actually has 2 slots, so... and this weapon we would try out if we ended up going one-handed, but... again, I think I'm just going to put some... okay upgrades in there, not worry about it too much. So 8% stun versus 10 armor damage, or 20 physical. We'll do the 20 physical. Then on the pommel, do the same thing. So it's been a while since we did these sort of things. It seems like kind of like in most games, you do like a bundle of quests, so to say, and then after you come back from those quests, spend a little bit of time upgrading your stuff, upgrading your ally stuff, stashing things away. Okay. Scene that you're really happy with.
Want armor that fits you like a glove?
Yeah, I do like that. And like I said, I like how it's not just like an enchantment. It's not just like an enchantment or a gem where you just plug it in and you know it's there, but there's no like representation of it. So I like how the armor and the weapons change. For instance, we had an axe earlier, and I changed the pommel and the stick, the game calls it, quite a lot, and it changed the graphic by a bit. Like the graphic ended up oh crap, I need to keep the sailor suit just in case. I ended up making the whole mace like blue, and it's kind of cool. All right, we'll keep the potions on us. Store that stuff away, though. I don't know, actually. The potions are kind of eating up a bit of space. We'll keep just the healing ones. Okay. Man, our equipment is so heavy. Who knew that wearing heavy armor and big two-handed weapons would make your character a little heavy. All right. So, don't want to go to Hikmet? Let's take a look. Hang on. Let me go outside. Wow, you ready for that? Broke down and got Borderlands 3. Couldn't wait for Steam. Wait, did you get it on very fun so far? Malachor. Okay, Olin's offering Hikmet. Yeah, we'll just fast travel. Did you end up getting it on Epic, or did you get console? I'm looking forward to it, but I'm going to hold out. It may not come to Steam at all, really. I never heard that. You got it through the Humble link? Thank you, Stuff. Yeah, so if anyone, for anyone that doesn't know, you can buy your game keys through !Humble, and you still get, generally the DRM is still Steam, and it helps support me and my family and stream and charity. So if you don't buy your games through Humble, you basically hate children and my family. No, I mean buy your games where they're the cheapest. But if it's cheapest on Humble, if you use that link, it'll help me out. I appreciate it. Thanks, Phoenix. Other means, who does come to Steam? Other memes. Are we talking like on the seas? More, if you know what I'm talking about, on the seas. Half right. So you hate children? How do you know? 1/3 of my family is children. Children. Oh, these ones have like some big health. No! Oh, I hate that stupid mechanic.
Poison on my blade.
They reset their health completely as soon as you get out of their little invisible arena. Lurk. Yarg. I have no idea what you're talking about, Morph. There are other means to get games, and it involves pirates or something. Seems weird to me. I don't know. Hi there, Morph. So, I mean, you don't have to talk about it, obviously, but I was gonna ask how are things going with the whole, you know, the surprise conversation that you had like a couple months ago. As it You know what? I'm just not gonna ask unless you want to share, so never mind. Morph, I hope you're doing well, and I hope the confusing conversation and people now are gonna think like something weird ended up going in the right direction for you guys. Going good. Moving on the 28th. How far away is the move, if you don't mind me asking? Quick, Morph, tell me all about your life. Everything going on in it. Kind of crappy. All that free advertising on Steam. Your store is getting money. Yeah. 400-ish miles. That's a pretty big move. Is there a word on when the next Darkest Dungeon is coming out? No, Miracleful. Still no word. I know they're supposed to be at some event at some point. Gamescom, or I think that already passed, or something. But yeah, they haven't let us know anything. As soon as I know something, I'll let you guys know. But so far, we don't know. They did say they want to do an early access, that it helped them out with the first Darkest Dungeon, and they feel they can do early access correctly again. So, no word on when that's going to occur either, but yeah, if they do early access, I'll be all over it. That'll be our game for quite a while. There's a lot of area to cover here. So I don't know if this game necessarily punishes you for exploring, but oftentimes it feels like you should wait to explore. Almost every time I've explored an area, later on I get a quest that's like, go to this area.
Halt! What's your destination, my lord?
Just into town. I am an emissary of the congregation and am here to discuss matters with your governor. Why the checkpoint?
We've got orders to verify all comings and goings. The roads are becoming dangerous. Do you have anything particular to report?
Nothing out of the ordinary.
Well then, good travels, my lord.
Hey Badger, welcome in. Do you think early access removes final launch hype? To an extent, I mean, for sure. Because some people, especially they play a crapload on early release, will get burned out. People that are excited to see the gameplay, you know, if they're watching it on Twitch months beforehand, it might peter out some, and then there's another burst of excitement when it does come out. So to an extent, yeah, I do think some companies do early access correctly, and you know, a lot of studios kind of need early access to make a game as good as they want to make it on the full release. But yeah, I mean, absolutely, there's some launch day hype lost there. Call it Darkester Dungeon. It doesn't seem like it. I think the name is already finalized. Early access, closed beta and such. Alright. The region of Hikmet. Ooh, look at this. Summit forever. Possibly need it. Oh yeah, Bannerlord. First I was like, Banner Saga? No. There's like 3 of those. They're already out. How you doing, Rusketeer? Yeah. Bannerlord. I know what you're talking about. Tina George. 1024. Thank you for the 1100 bits. And using the subway bonus, which magically gives me 220 more bits. All together. Oh wait, that was with that. Either way, thank you for all the bits. Much appreciated. Love and subs to Tina George. Welcome in. Thank you again for the bits. Absolutely helps me and my family out. I like this town from the outside. So this is gonna be the 3rd city, huh? Yeah, looks like. Looks like we're gonna do some city stuff for a while. You can kill these sheep. Games in their small games more likely to go to early access route to help get funding for their later development. AAA, like Call of Duty, Ghost Recon Breakpoint, can do betas, yeah. I have no problem with games getting kickstarted or early access if it's done right. There are definitely companies that take advantage of it, you know, and don't do it right.
Your names, titles, and business at hand.
Sir de Sardet, emissary of the Congregation of
Back stuff.
Merchants on Tier Fredi. I have come to present my regards to your governor.
Your papers seem to be in order. Welcome to Hikmet, Your Excellency.
There are absolutely companies that take a bunch of money on Kickstarter and then run away with the money and never finish the game. There are games that will be in early access for, you know, 5 to 10 years, and basically the developers just stop developing it. There's a couple of games I follow on Steam that have been on my wish list forever, and the reviews were all like great. And over time, the reviews have started going down because people go in and change their review to basically say,
You will not regret it.
the developers have abandoned this game. Don't buy it. It will never be finished.
And always in the vanguard of progress.
Yeah, they did, Rusketeer. Ark had a expansion purchasable during early access. Like, the origin of her products, sure.
Where do your wares come from?
Most come straight from the continent. That's still where the most refined objects come from, isn't it? But others are also crafted
Sorry.
in Hikmet, of course. We have some great workshops here.
Let's see if she has anything. 315 damage one-hander. Ooh. Clubs early access fairly. What do you think? Fully release it. Still updating it. People aren't sure if BL3 is grandfathered in. There's games that don't come to Steam the first few months release. Gotcha. Yeah, so some one-handed upgrades. Ooh. Oh, she sells seashells by the seashore. God, look at the damage on that rifle. I wish I was I wish I was rifle spec. Holy crap. 548 damage, not including the socket. And from range with 592% stun. You kidding me? I can't wear any of these, but I'll look at them. What's the fire rate? Yeah, I have no idea. No idea. I'm guessing it's the two-handed version of the, you know, the one-handed gun, but either way, crazy. Crazy.
Thanks for your visit.
You're welcome. Some Kingdom Come Deliverance again. Still haven't played that. Got it in a humble bundle. Have not played it yet. No, just random boxes to loot laying everywhere here yet.
We are at war.
Like I said, I learned my lesson about fully exploring places when we first get there. I think it's better in this game to do the quest in an area and then explore any areas that the quest didn't take you to. Slowly been changing into that. Is that upstairs? Probably. Yeah. Game's absolutely stellar. Going through Humble, then having your financial stuff on Epic. Ship part. Yeah, thank you, stuff. I'm glad you used it, and yeah, that's a good point, actually. I didn't think of it that way.
Your Excellence, it is an honor to meet you. Allow me to present my sincerest regards in the name of the Congregation of Merchants.
And allow me to wish you and your cousin a warm welcome to the island, in the hopes that this visit will help prolong the profitable relations between our two nations.
Likewise. Nevertheless, another question brings me. The Malachor. The Prince d'Orsay hopes that these new shores will bring us new possibilities. Even a remedy.
It is an area that concerns us greatly, but be assured we are studying it acutely. Our doctors and alchemists are particularly interested in the flora of the Isle. It's extremely varied and different from our own. In fact, we have sent a group of explorers into a very promising sector. Alas, we've had no news from them for quite some time now. We are hoping that nothing has happened. We would have sent a patrol to investigate, but we cruelly lack the means to do so. The natives have proven aggressive, even hostile to our studies, and have attacked us regularly.
You asked the question why. You steal our lands, gouging the earth in sacred places. And now our people are disappearing. It's enough to drive one to unsheath a blade. Do you not agree?
I mean, I think I'm gonna take her side because it's one of those things, obviously, where they show up and just ravage the land without any negotiation or thought or anything. It would be like, I don't know, someone finding a sacred mountain to these native people and lying to them and carving presidents' faces into the mountain. No one would ever do that. I think I'm gonna go with her on this. Like, screw these guys. I do, Christopher, welcome in. Never. No one would ever do that.
She is not wrong, Your Excellence. The acts of your own people have brought this aggression down upon you.
I should have guessed that those birthmarks you share would make you sympathetic to the cause. I was hoping diplomacy would prevail. I have overestimated your skills in the matter.
Diplomacy?
As I was saying, we are obligated to maintain all of our able-bodied men here in order to protect the city. But we would be happy to share with you the results of our research if...
Your Excellency.
Impression?
This insolent interruption is untimely and unwelcome.
I deeply regret, Excellency, but one of our frontier posts has just suffered a brutal attack.
Report then and be precise.
The natives attacked us by surprise. Our men were massacred. Our frontier post is lost.
One more act of barbarity. Dismissed, soldier. Where was I? Yes. We would be most pleased to share our discoveries with our allies if your cousin would send us a party to help us find our lost expedition. I could show you to which region they were sent.
I thank you for the information and will let him know.
If you are of a mind to...
I'm a glorified messenger boy.
I would be truly grateful.
I'm listening.
As you have not failed to observe...
Budget Paul Revere.
As well as our caravans have been suffering incessant attacks. The merchants, including your own, are raided, often killed, and certain goods have become scarce. Captain Rainhild, who commands our outpost in the plains, has communicated his incapacity to protect them, considering that certain of your own fellow countrymen are involved.
You would like me to lend a hand? I will see what I can do, Your Excellency.
Would you like to speak with me about any other subjects?
How you doing, Swanky? How you doing, Dukelito? This guy sounds like he's doing Vincent Price impression. Looks at the mountain and thinks, gonna really improve that mountain faces. Buying the mountain with booze and guns. Carving face in it to assert your dominance. Dispatch deadlines. How you doing, Jay? Welcome back. None Soup, welcome back. Thank you guys for being here. So listen to this jerk, you know? So they show up, they start taking over the natives' land. Ripping out all the natural resources for their own without negotiating, without talking to the locals or anything. They start doing all this. And then the natives attack them. And we're like, yeah, you know, you're doing stuff kind of wrong. And him, after doing all this stuff, was like, so then, you don't want to engage in diplomacy? You're not very good at diplomacy. It's like, what? Where was diplomacy when you were, like, raping the land, you know? Anyway, I don't like this guy. Let's ask him about some stuff, though. See if he changes our opinion at all.
I met Ulan, the Bone Blowers clan chief.
Bone Blowers.
He is an open-minded man who holds great expectations of exchanges with the colonies. He would like to meet you to discuss a treaty, even an alliance.
Ulan, you say? I have never heard mention of this name, but to finally have an ally among the natives could only be beneficial. That is excellent news. Still, I fear that I cannot leave the city. That would be taking too much of a risk.
1 second, Ghost. 1 second.
I doubt that Ulan will come to Hikmet. He is looking for an alliance, but he is not desperate. Such a gesture would be considered a sign of weakness by his clan.
That is understandable, I suppose. Do they grasp the concept of emissaries? Do you think that solution might work?
I think that might be possible. I'm sure he would understand that you could not come to see him in person for the same reason.
Excellent. Finally, some clear skies in our negotiations with the natives. My right-hand man will then go to this village to finalize an agreement with King Ulan.
I'll be there too, to make sure everything goes
true,
according
Badger.
to our plans. There is another matter concerning the same village that I would like to bring to your attention. A wandering merchant, a member of Ulan's clan, is being kept in your outpost. Can you authorize his entry into the city?
I see no harm in that. This merchant is certainly not a threat to us. And he might even prove useful, if the negotiations with his clan should take a foul turn. Here, please be so kind as to give him this letter of passage. If he presents it to the guards, they will let him in and he'll be able to establish his stall in town.
I thank you. I hope to see you again. I have to go. Look forward to seeing you again.
Farewell, my lord.
Whatever land, yeah. Game seems like an offhand Witcher. Is it any good? 80% certain you're going to buy the game. Do you recommend it? So this game is okay. It feels unfinished. There are a lot of bugs, mainly visual bugs, especially in the early game. It starts off pretty slow as well before you get to the main island. You get to explore a little bit and get more of an open story, or an open world-ish, guided open world, than more linear beginning. It's kind of a mix of Witcher meets Dragon Age. The game is okay. It's not a great game, which is frustrating to me because I think it just needed like 3 to 6 more months of development, patching up these and smoothing out these rough spots in the game to make it a pretty good game. Now, if you can overlook the graphical bugs and the motivation issues, a lot of characters seem to kind of be stupid, like, and not like the character is actually stupid, but they shouldn't be more observant of how things have been going on around them and stuff. Some things don't make sense, like we're royalty in Serene, the town that you start out in, but hardly anyone recognizes us. And we aren't able to, you know, use our nobility for anything. Like, everyone just defies us at every turn. We can't do anything. Little things like that seem pretty unrealistic, even in a fantasy type setting. But the game is probably worth playing, but I feel like it's just slightly overpriced in its current state. So you might love it. We've definitely had people come to the channel and are very surprised that I say the game is only a good game and not a great game. But, you know, I'm going to be honest about it as I play through. And it might get better as we get through mid and late game. I don't know. As this, no one knew what Noble looked like. If I am royalty of a city, then people in that city are going to have seen me. They're going to know me. But, like, not only that, but then we come here and random people that are off in mines somewhere that have never seen us know instantly that we are, know who we are. Like, we went to a mine where these people had no idea, weren't affiliated with us or whatever, and they were immediately like, "Your Excellency." I'm like, "Oh, it's you." But in our hometown where we are royalty, where we're third in line to rule the city. Old kingdoms? No. I don't know. In this one though, not just peasants. I'm talking about like people we went to that were like members of the government and stuff. Didn't know who we were.
Could you tell me?
Combat? It's like an easier version of Witcher 3.
Is the oldest city
Combat.
on the island. We began construction of its first buildings 15 years ago, shortly after the discovery of the island. A magnificent city, where the great minds of the time were united in a common goal. Here you could find the best doctors, the greatest engineers,
Sorry, Badger.
and the most eminent savants. In everyone's eyes, this island has great promise.
A mod can
Hikmet is the
let you
city
post that.
allows us to make good on that promise.
And what of this conflict with Thélème on Tir Freddy?
Officially, we are at war. But we have never waged war openly here. Of course, we did not rejoice when they set up camp on the Isle, and we expected the worst. But it's
We've had bots come in and drop malicious links, so I had to set that up, unfortunately.
They represent no true.
There you go, Badger. 30 seconds.
At least not for the
Thank you,
time
Phoenix.
being. And to be frank, we have plenty of other concerns that demand our attention.
I don't like Thélème either.
I have to go.
I actually don't like any of these people aside from the natives a little bit. The knots are okay. I like the natives just fine. The congregation, the trading congregate, whatever, is okay too. Again, I feel like we're going to end up going back in here at some point, so I'm not going to go in there now. And if we don't end up going back in there for quests and things, then I'll explore that area. Your orifices near the rakes, and you'll be alright. What? Okay. Strong laboratory. Find Master Ferrets. Ferrets? Bastion Darcy's client. Alright. This is a side quest, but we're going to do it while we're here. So Darcy, we found out that Vasco, the knot guy here, is or would have been nobility as well. Yeah, like one of the nobility things, like I was mentioning, we had someone in the first town that was trying to almost extort money from us. We had bought something from them. They're like, well, you gotta pay me again because I want more money. And we're nobility, and we're just like, what? You can't do that. And the guy's like, yes, I can. Like, if we were nobles, we were third in line for the crown. I'm pretty sure we could, you know, get that guy hanged. Or worse. But instead, we, like, negotiate with him. It's like, come on, don't extort us. Alright, fur hat.
Hello, sir. Is this the house of the man called Farad?
It is I. What can I do for you?
We're searching for
Does have a
Mr.
nice hat.
Darcy. He was supposed to come here to do business.
Yes. Yes, he did come here, but I don't know where he is. To be honest, our exchange did not exactly go as planned. And if you are his associate, or a member of his family, know that you owe me a large sum of money.
How so?
Well, this Darcy fellow came here to take the shipment,
I
and
don't
he
think it
was
works that way.
supposed to deliver me a promissory note.
Which never arrived, I imagine. How could you let him leave with your merchandise without payment?
Well, he's the son of a very well-known family. I did not deem it necessary to try and obtain more guarantees.
What if something happened to him?
Nothing happened. At least I don't think so. Why should that concern me? I'm not his brother. He owes me money, and I do not have the slightest idea of where he might be.
I suspect that you're not telling us everything.
Oh, come on. If you have not come to repay his debt, leave me alone so I can work in peace.
Search his papers. Alright. Well, on the nose there, the whole brother thing, right?
Greetings. If you have come to do business, head upstairs, if there's any business left to do.
Why'd you say that?
They haven't been paying me, and I've had to work with cheap ingredients for weeks.
What do you do here exactly?
I create and prepare complex potions. Not simple health potions, but far more subtle things.
And if I'm not mistaken, things are not going the way you would want them to.
The boss has always been difficult, but ever since he got ripped off, it has been a living hell. I work using leftovers thrown away by all the other alchemists, while listening to him screaming at me and everyone else all day. This is no way to live.
Welcome to the 9 to 5.
Have you heard of a man called Bastian Darcy?
It would be difficult not to. His name is the only thing my boss talks about. Apparently, he did not pay for one of our shipments and still left with the goods. And now my boss makes me work twice as much to compensate for his losses. With ingredients I wouldn't even feed to a pig.
And what did your boss do?
Well, he spent every waking hour cursing his name. That's how I learned about it.
So we have maxed out charisma, and we have a cloak that gives us +1, so I'm absolutely going to use this. Convince him to reveal what his employer is hiding. 100% chance.
How can a brilliant, conscientious alchemist keep working here? I am certain that any great laboratory in town would welcome you with open arms.
Yeah, I was just talking about that.
Oh, you're right. Anywhere is better than here. My boss did not only curse the name of the man you're looking for, he also hired some thugs to find him and our shipment.
Interesting. I think we may need to have a few words with your employer.
If you could also tell him that I am resigning, then I won't need to go upstairs.
Alright. So here's the papers, I assume. Letter from one of Master Farrat's acquaintances. My friend, I am deeply saddened to hear about the difficulties you are facing as a consequence of your dealings with Bastian Darcy. I was told that this boy was inconsequential, but I did not think him dishonest. Alas, as you know, if you were to wait for his family to repay you, the wait could prove very long. Correspondence with the continent is quite slow, but there are other solutions. Debt collectors could prove useful. I hope that you will manage to find a solution to this problem. Yeah, the main continent's like 4 months away or something. By boat, by ship. Don't call it a boat. People get mad.
You again. I already told you that I do not know where the man you're searching for is.
Truth
You may
tell.
not know where he is, but you did everything you could to find him, didn't you?
What do you mean?
Does this document ring a bell? You hired some debt collectors to find Mr. Darcy.
How dare you rummage through my belongings?
You could have taken
No
legal
rummaging.
action and retrieved what you were owed, but you sent some killers instead.
I doubt the governor would approve. Do you want us to tell him about it?
No. But please understand me.
Yeah, that's
the
true too,
Darcy
Swinky.
family is on the continent. It would take months for them to reply to my complaint. What other solution was there? My shop will not survive this.
Tell us who these debt collectors are and we'll take care of it.
They loiter in an alleyway of ill repute, not far from here, in the Science District.
That's what I feared. Probably a bunch of cutthroats. If Bastian survives...
If he survives, remind him of what he owes me.
Some ruffians, some bandits in an alley. Alright, the thing about this, so the thing that kills us the most as a warrior on the hardest difficulty is guns. Like, enemies can one-shot us. There's a camp. Oh, that's our residence, okay. Enemies can absolutely one-shot us with guns. So, we need to strike first. Strike fast. No mercy, etc. Anything else over this way? Doesn't look like it. Out of the city. This guy thinks boys that are still in the alleys. Gonna find him. Supposedly. I bet you he's not really out of the city. He's probably... he'll probably be back there in the alley somewhere. Yeah. Like I said, there's lots of little things like that. It's just kind of like... It's like when that guy ran away from us. So there was a guy in the first city that ran away from us to go hide. And he literally just went down the stairs right next to us and in the first door. Like... Alex. Anything up here? A box. Gold coins, some ammo, and then some obsidian. Obsidian we use for crafting. Yeah, there's been quite a few things like that that's like... Feels like they try to cram it in a smaller area than it really makes logical sense to do. Any loot over here? Whoops, I didn't mean to take that out, but I mean, maybe. I accidentally whipped it out.
At the fiery flasks, you'll find the quintessence.
Took a night off work, need a break. Got called down there to fix broken sound system. Back home now. Did you get my message about the Jello? Yes, I heard it, Pineapple. Vendor. Wait, let's see what he sells. Might as well while we're here. Excuse me. Why does the ability to talk to you disappear? Like the City, yeah. What the crap? Fine. Not great, but it's fine. I just can't talk to this guy? What's going on? Seems you're working. Giveaways or bounties tonight. We have a 1.5 minute bounty at the end of stream. That is a Are You Afraid of the Dark trailer. And we do have one giveaway. When my daughter goes to bed, I'll do that. Did I go down the wrong alley? Icons. False door. I don't understand why we can't talk to that vendor. It's kind of annoying. Box. Working on a sick day. Another day off without it counting.
Mercy! Have mercy! I will repay everything, I swear. This is nothing but...
That's him, isn't it?
Leave this man alone!
What do you want? No one asked you for your opinion, so get lost.
Maybe he's friends with the weakling.
Maybe. In any case, it seems like he wants to share his fate.
You think I'm afraid? I've fought uglier people than you.
Vasco, let me try to take care of this. How much money are we talking about? You're here to collect a debt, right?
Between what he owes our client and our commission, it's a hefty sum. But if you want to pay in his stead, my lord, please do.
I'm gonna use charisma. There's a reason we maxed it out, so I'm not gonna pay you 200 gold. Are you crazy? Yeah, or I can just attack him. No, I'm gonna use my intimidation.
I don't think you realize who you were dealing with, so let me introduce myself. My name is de Sardet. I am the legate of the congregation, and I am here to save the life of one of our citizens. If you do not deliver him to me immediately, I will have no choice but to inform the governor.
And you'll end up rotting in jail.
Governor.
Damn it, they look serious.
Yes, a bit too much. Listen, we don't want to get in trouble with the governor, so take him.
Yeah, if our client wants to get repaid, you'll have to make an official request. Come.
Thank you for your intervention. I thought these brutes would kill me.
Don't mention it. It's only natural.
But how did you end up in such a situation?
Oh, I'm certain someone like you, who belongs to high society, will understand. There is a game table here that is attended by the best
Longwood, welcome in.
aristocracy. I lost the money I owed to that merchant while playing there. And since I got out with a few other debts, I had to leave the merchandise as repayment as well. But that's a mere trifle that my father would have paid for without thinking twice. I never would have thought that someone would send these types of brutes after me. What a lack of tact. In any case, I am extremely grateful to you. To whom do I have the honor of speaking?
My name is
Are you in here?
Captain Vasco.
You.
Naught and sea given. It was a pleasure, sir.
So, wait, how long was this guy missing? Are you telling me? So, that guy was like, we've looked everywhere. We've searched, no one can find him. I had to hire people to look for him. Oh, he's in the alley right across the street from me. Like, what? Come on. It's just things like that. Like, it's small, right? You can overlook it, but it's just the fact that, like, almost everything is like that. Alright. Sick bay. What's Captain Rainhild? Talk to the captain of the outpost. Alright. Wait, what? Why are we Batmaning?
Thank you, de Sardet.
My pleasure. But why didn't you tell him who you were?
But I did tell him. I was stupid. I resented everyone, and you even more, for the life I didn't get to live. You had it all, everything I thought I was entitled to. But after seeing Bastion, I realized that in the end, I was exactly who I wanted to be. A naught, and a proud one at that.
I'm glad to hear it. No more regrets?
No more regrets. And I certainly don't regret not being called Leandra Darcy.
Leandra. Vasco's name would have been Leandra. I don't know, man. That was like... Okay, so Vasco, right there, he finds out that he was taken as a child, as a debt to pay to the Knots. He was taken from his family to grow up on ships. But not only was he given as to pay a debt, but he would have also been a noble. He was from a noble family. He could have been raised wearing silks and having everything in the world. And so he finds this out, and he's like, and he finds out he has a brother, a long-lost brother. It's like, I have to find them. I have to figure this out. So then we finally find his brother, and he sees him for like 30 seconds, and then is like, you know what? Nah, I don't need to tell my brother anything, because I don't really like the name that I would have had. So I am so happy I was taken as a child into basically slavery to live on the sea, and to have tattoos on my face and whatnot, and to be poor. You know, I've never had a bath other than in the ocean. But now that I've seen my brother for 30 seconds, I don't regret anything. I'm completely okay with it. So I'm never gonna mention this again. +5 reputation. You're my best friend now. Like, I hope you enjoyed this episode of Greedfall. We're trying to get a foothold on YouTube, so if you could do me a huge favor and click the subscribe button right here, I'd very much appreciate it. Also, you can see the entire playlist for Greedfall up here, and YouTube thinks you might like this video from the channel as well.